audio စားမယ် hello hello testing အဲ့ပါအတန်စားမယ်ထွတ်ထားပြီကျွန်တော်အတန်စားလိုက်ပြီတော်ရကြပါပွဲစားတော့မှမလာဘူးဖြစ်မှာဆိုနားတော့အေးသူစောစီးတော့မဆန်းဘူးပြီးတော့မှအသေးအတန်နေပြေးလာ hello testing 1 2လာဗလားအေးဟိုပဲဟိုမှာကြည့် hello 1 2 hello hello testing 1 2 hello hello 1 2 hello hello testing 1 2 hello တူတာတော့တူတယ်
should I begin? Yeah, it's already. Should I begin? Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. My name is Brett Scharfs. I'm the Associate Director of the International Center for Law and Religion Studies at Brigham Young University in the United States. And on behalf of our co-organizers, the Sitagu International Buddhist Academy and the Institute for Global Engagement, and our organizing partners, Brigham Young University, the Myanmar Council of Churches, and the Catholic Bishops' Conference of Myanmar, I would like to welcome you to this historic first gathering for a certificate training program on religion and the rule of law. Welcome. I am joined here on the dais, and I will introduce those guests that we have here from this side to that. First, we have Professor Cole Durham, the founder and director of the International Center for Law and Religion Studies at Brigham Young University. Next to him is John Gallagher, the president and CEO of the Institute for Engagement. Sitagu Sayadaw, Dr. Ashin Nyani Tara. Excuse me, Sitagu. Charles Cardinal Bo, Uso. Next, Dr. Ashin Da Mapia, the International Theravada Buddhist Missionary University. And then James Chen, also from the Institute of Global Engagement. And finally, Reverend Sa Shui Lin. Please join me in welcoming all of our distinguished visitors. During this opening session, we're going to hear some introductory remarks from several people, and we will begin by hearing from Chancellor Sitagu Sayadaw, Dr. Ashin Nyani Tara.
Good morning, my dear brothers and sisters. Warmly welcome to Sitagu International Buddhist Academy. First of all, I would like to extend my warmest greeting to all present here at this workshop on religion and rule of law, jointly organized by Sitagu International Buddhist Academy and International Institute. Is it correct? International Institute for Global Engagement. As you are all aware, we are gathered here today to exchange the different views, mainly on how religions could help promote the rule of law in the country of the world. It is noted the founder religions deliver religious teaching to their followers and also preach the code of conduct for the ruling bodies. In our case, the Buddha taught us to abstain from the following 10 kinds of evil conduct. Do abstain from killing living beings, to abstain from stealing things and not giving by owner, robbing, taking others' property in dishonest way. Number 3, to abstain from committing sexual misconduct, having sex and wedded one. Number 4, abstain from telling lies, abstain from slandering between two friends, two beloved ones. Number 6, to abstain from harsh language, to abstain from vain talk, to abstain from useless speech, to abstain from covetousness, and to abstain from evil desire, ill will, to kill, to destroy the others. Number 10, to abstain from having wrong view, which is accepting unrealistic view, removing truth and reality. This is the universal guidance not only for religious leaders and their followers, but for administrative authority. Buddha also preached the 10 codes of conduct for the administrative body, administrative leader or government leader. Number 1, charity, dana. Charity means giving away own properties to others. It is the first of the 10 perfection Prince Siddhartha Gautama performed to become the Buddha. So the Buddha made it first a quality of administrative leader. Ladies and gentlemen, my dear brothers and sisters, good government perform this good deed by fulfilling the basic need of the people, food, clothing, and shelter, etc. Number 2, morality or character. Government officials also need to be endowed with the morality, which is staying away from all evil deed, from all evil speech, even from evil thought. Character is a power. Character is a poor man's capital. Therefore, everyone should be endowed with good character. Number 3, sacrifice. A good leader is ready to sacrifice his personal belonging and even his life for the interests of the people. He is also eager to provide assistance to the needy at the time of a natural disaster, affected insufficient aid, assistance provided by administrative leader and political leader will surely relieve the sorrow and suffering of those beaten. This will help them gain for respect and support of the nation. Number 4, honesty. Everyone should be honest, especially government body, government authority must be honest, purely honest. It is also a matter of a great importance for political leaders, administrative leaders to be honest, straightforward and fair in their speech and deed. Number 5, quality, gentleness. Political leader, government authority must be, not only they should be, very gentle, very polite. Leaders should be kind-hearted. They should also be gentle with their speech and action. They should live with the thought of loving kindness and goodwill toward the country, toward the nation. Number 6, austerity. Leader, any leader, especially political leader, should sometimes approach in a secluded place, quiet place, to take a kind of meditation. Meditation is a non-sectarianism. Nowadays, in the world, everyone's mind, in every moment, violated. It is very essential, very need to calm down. World peace means individual peace. So, to lead the austere life, this will have one stabilize his mind, enable him to take a right decision. Number 7, non-aggressiveness. Leaders should not behave aggressively. They should be kind to the people. They should also show great magnanimity toward their opponents. Non-violent. Number 8. It's also important the government authority as well as a political leader should be free from violence, free from cruelty, which is to avoid persecution, ill-treating the people. Number 9. Now I'm reading. Think code of king. Not only the king, but also all government body. Patient, tolerant. A good leader, whether tolerant or forgiveness, are like in 10,000 army armed to the teeth. Leaders should treat the people with a loving kindness, with a non-cruelty, with a non-violence, as if they are treating their own offspring. Number 10, non-conflict, non-contradiction. One of a code of a king, it's the most important. The last, but not least. The principle for the leader is to avoid the conflict, to avoid the contradiction with the people. They shall go with no contradiction to the desire of the people. It be resembling to the essence of a democracy, which is defined as the system of a government for the people, of the people, by the people. My dear brothers and sisters, decide 10 codes of conduct of a human being and 10 codes of conduct for the ruler. Buddha preached many other social principles, many other religious principles. It is a belief that founder of other religion also give similar guidance for human being and ruler. The 10 codes of conduct for the ruler is a mean for administrative authority with the 10 kinds of evil conduct necessity both the ruler and people do abstain from. It is incumbent upon the leader, administrative, political, to be endowed with the 2 kinds of quality so that they will become the one people love and respect. On the part of a religious leader, they need to give the priority to perform a religious code of conduct and lead the people in the right direction without contradiction, without opposing the relevant social administrative rule. My dear brothers and sisters, all the people on their part need to follow the teaching of their respected religions without violating the law of their respected country. These religious, administrative, social principles are the 3 main pillars of the human life, playing important role in building develop stable, peaceful society. My dear brothers and sisters, in conclusion, I would like to urge entire people of the world to make our planet to be peaceful with the strength of these 3 main pillars. May sublime Dhamma prevail in every corner of the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Siddhagu Sayadaw Dr. Ashin Nya Nisara. Our next speaker will be Dr. Ashin Dhammapya from the International Theravada Buddhist Missionary University.
Good morning, everybody. Today is indeed, I don't have any program to give speech, but recently, so there is, in the list in the program. So anyhow, today is, whatever this program is really meaningful and really wonderful. Just now is because of our venerable, the most venerable Siddhagu Sayadaw already given the message. In this world, today, especially in Burma, we need to learn a lot of things. That's why this course is very meaningful and also very important to learn all the religious perspective, because of what we see here, a lot of groups in the different from all the religious groups. We are very happy to see this. So of course, just now is the Sitagu Sayadaw Phyaji already delivered certain very important things. Of course, we too, we need to follow such kinds of the law of rules which really should exercised by the government, and also in the certain the qualities, certain aspects that followed by all our human societies or our society members. Of course, the Buddha's teachings indeed are very short message. That is, Sabba Babasa Agaranam, the avoid evil, Kusalasa Upasambhada, do good things, and the Sajjata Priyodabana, purifying the mind. In the avoiding evils, doing good deeds, and the purifying the minds, it is very important. These are all the Buddha's teachings. That's why, even though the message is very short, teachings are very short, the more we understand the meaning of this message, we will be very peaceful in the surrounding. Then we will also create everything in our country, and we are also work together, live together, and the associate together whatever the possibility very peacefully. That's why today I'm very happy to have the chance to give the speech, short speech. And also I hope whoever that is really registered for this course, that trying to finish all these 9 days course, that will be very meaningful. That will be their intentions are really great, because our country is really needed. Our country is because of they have a lot of good intention. There's a lot of the compassion to share whatever the knowledge, because we should take the advantage. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. So.
Thank you, Dr. Ashin Damapia. Our next speaker will be A.G. Charles Cardinal Bo, the Archbishop of the Yangon Archdiocese. Cardinal Bo.
Honorable Sitagu Sayadaw, Dr. Shindama Pia, and the Venerable Ubisimya, brothers and sisters, Minglaba. It is a great privilege and honor to be in this august assembly of various background, religious background and intellectual vigor. Our coming together is historic and sets an example to the world how we can celebrate our unity in diversity in this rainbow nation of 7 tribes and 135 sub-tribes. We are gathered at a very crucial time in human history. Last 1 month, a blood-soaked narrative of hatred is being articulated in the international media. Nauseating scenes of human cruelty in the name of religion is being telecast in the media. We will still remember the incident in France. Avoiding that path of nihilism and mutual hatred, we are gathered here today as brothers and sisters. We have just now completed an election that saw peaceful polling and efforts at a smooth transfer of power. We are like a light set on the hill, spreading the message of hope to the world. Thank you very much for affirming our human fellowship through this meeting hosted by Siriku Siaro and IGE. Myanmar stands at the threshold of hope. I would say after 6 decades of groping in darkness, there is a dawn of hope. Our simple people look towards the religious leaders to accompany them in their pilgrimage to human dignity. They hope no one is left back because of what they believe, because of their religion or race. A hope-filled nation dreams today of peace. I'm reminded of a great saying of all religions, that of Buddhism, which extends not only to living beings, but even living things like trees. Buddhism says, must bring tears to our eyes because in death of every leaf, we also lose part of our Karuna and one vision. Our blood has no religion. Nature has endowed us with a common humanity. This ideal must be resisted. Now, in our country are trying to bring bad news distributed to the great compassion of Buddha through hate speech. No, Lord Buddha fought against all kinds of fundamentalism. I'm sure this conference and brothers and sisters. Both Christianity and Buddhism rebelled against shun power and money, but their noble delivered a generation freedom and salvation. Myanmar stands at the crossroads of history. We stand divided, we fall. Events of the last 4 years have tainted the image of the nation. The nation that gave birth to Vipassana, the nation that attracts millions to our shows to see the great Theravada Buddhism and the graceful adherent of that religion was Saddam. And Myanmar. For 3 generations, countries as a slave laborers, cheap laborers. These youth came from all religions. We still have the highest and mother mortality in the East Asia. Our mothers bury their children before they reach 5 years. It's all from all religions. So how can this nation condone the anguish of thousands of mothers? Human traffickers. The nation has a dubious distinction of the second biggest producer of opium, next only to Afghanistan. Failure of this nation is the failure of all religions. As the neoliberal economy loots our sacred forests and rivers, selling our jade and gold to cronies and cohorts, when our children die without food, the silence of religion is criminal. The silence of religion is criminal. Any religion that condones the exploitation of the innocent is not a religion. Our 40% absolute poor challenge our sensibilities. Our 3 million migrant workers asked this simple question: what do the religions as answer to our quest for their dignity? This is our task. When the religion is becoming a tool of terror and oppression, Myanmar has a mission to recover the original role of religion, to love one another as a brother and a sister, to realize, to ensure all the wealth above ground and below ground in this golden land is used to bring smile in the face of millions of citizens. This is the noble task of a religion. I do hope our deliberations will bring the glory of Myanmar through peace and fellowship among all religions. Thank you very much.
For that powerful and sobering call to action on behalf of all of us. Our next speaker will be Union Minister Win, Union Minister of the Ministry of
Most Venerable Chancellor Siaro of Cebu, International Buddhist Association, SIBA, Dr. Shinyanisra, and responsible members of Sangha, responsible personnel and experts from Institute for Engagement, invited guests and trainees. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, may I take the chance to congratulate all of the responsible personnel and experts from Myanmar Religions and Rule of Law urgent situation for the world. I am also very happy to participate in this global movement, and it is a great honor and privilege for me to address my message. Responsible personnel and ladies and gentlemen, as you for millions of people around the world, their religious faith helps them make sense of their lives. Many people find a religion gives meaning to their lives and gives them both help and strength. By reading the holy books of their religion, or by praying and meditating, or by joining other believers to worship, or by giving help to those who are in need. In these religious faiths, there may be more to life than what we can see and touch. There may also be something holy that is greater than us. Therefore, apart from the main 6 religions of the world, many new religious faiths came into existence after the past despite change in modern life. Religious faith still remains important to most people in the world. So long as different religious faiths exist in the world, there may inevitably rise problems in future. Thus, in modern times, more and more people have asked questions such as, do we still need religions? At the time, followers of many religions have left their homelands in search of work, but some religions are spreading their faiths because they seek new members on converts. In Republic of the Union of Myanmar, Buddhist population is in the majority of about 89%, Christians with about 5%, Muslims with about 3%, Hindus with about 1%, and the rest of population confess animism and other religious faiths. According to paras 34, 348, 354, and 360 of the Constitution of the Republic of the Union of Myanmar 2008, every citizen is equally entitled to freedom of conscience and the right to freely profess and practice religion, and they have the right to develop their religion and custom without prejudice to their relations between one nation race and another, or among national races and to the others. In its paras 361 and 362, Buddhism is recognized as the faith with special cognizance professed by the great majority of citizens of the Union and Christianity, Islam, Hinduism, and the Union. Also, it is promulgated that the Union may assist religions it's recognized to. Besides, emperors 298 of the criminal law, a religion must not and harm other religions by destroying or devaluing malice or by means of bodily or being imposed on them according to this legal section. Despite Buddhist majority in interfaith dialogue groups have been organized from the grassroots levels to the central level in 11 regions and states since 2008 in order to enhance freedom of worship promulgated in the Constitution. Organization is to throughout the world. It is crucial to keep and support one's own religion as well as to be friendly towards an what matters is what everyone can. The founders and teachers of all the major show the way towards a better future. While their teachings and special to their followers, they have enough in common for people to live in peace with one another and to discover a meaning and purpose for their lives. It is very important for everyone to establish peace within in compliance with the respective noble teachings of religions. We have to try our best by ourselves without seeking any outside help. Your venerable Sharos, ladies and gentlemen, in order to have a chance of building individual peace within as a sole solution, we all have to meet and make discussions frequently between spiritual leaders and academic leaders together with government officials as well as social activists. Here, I would like to refer to the words of Buddha. The Buddha says, hold regular and frequent assemblies. They may be expected to prosper. With this quotation, we warmly welcome this august event. Myanmar program, and also I would like to us and collaborators from Institute for Global Engagement, IGE, and Sirigu IMBA. Their relentless efforts to successfully complete this training course. I would also like to urge all trainees to honestly participate in this program and to try your best. After the 10-day programs in creating peaceful coexisting communities and maintaining peace in every diverse background. May I now conclude with my earnest hope that multi-faith and multi-ethnic societies across the world work together for peace and stability of the future world. Let's tread together on one and the same path, leading to peace and prosperity of the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Union Minister U So Win. Our next speaker will be John Gallagher, President and CEO of the Institute for Global Engagement. John.
Thank you, Brett. Thank you all. I'm honored to be here. I consider it a blessing, indeed providential, to be here seated and speaking alongside these distinguished leaders and experts. Thank you, Venerable Sitagu Siado, Minister Sui Win, Cardinal Bo, Secretary General Saw Shui Lin, Professor Cole Durham, and other distinguished guests here. This blessed gathering is also the result of much intentionality, beginning with an important 2013 dialogue that was conducted right here on peace, security, and coexistence, resulting in a commitment to plan with and trust one another to act on a vision, a joint vision to deepen partnerships. These partnerships are special because they cross boundaries that form between people of different faiths, ethnic backgrounds, nationalities, even across and international lines. Becoming president of IGE, I am honored to join this dialogue begun by our former president and current chairman of the board, Dr. Chris Seipel, who is unable to be here with us but sends his very best regards to all of you. Please allow me to say a few words about our organization and what it has meant to us to be included in partnership with you. IGE is celebrating its 15th year as a non-governmental organization based in Washington, D.C. We are foremost practitioners, but also scholars, working alongside governments and people, civil society, in key locations like Myanmar around the world to help support good governance, stability, reconciliation, and education on complex, important issues like religion and religious freedom, rule of law, identity, citizenship, and security. Where IGE's experiences and knowledge from around the world, whether Asia, the Middle East, and we are working directly in Iraq in support of the refugees of the Syrian crisis, or at home in the United States, may contribute in a positive way to the efforts already underway in partner nations. I should note that I personally have no right to speak directly into Myanmar's national context, as I have not walked the path that you have walked in the past year, the past decade, or generation. But we are here learning with you and walking with you now by your generous invitation. My own path includes a career in the U.S. military, serving even for a time as a professor at our military academy at West Point, also serving as a policy advisor in the last two presidential administrations at the White House, and as a strategic advisor to our Chief of Defense at the Pentagon for the last 3 years. I bring these experiences to our dialogue, hoping that they add some value. But I also know that we will do more listening than speaking as we're here learning from all of you. And we will always ask, how can IGE best contribute? This historic meeting on religion and rule of law brings to mind a saying I have heard multiple times. In fact, just yesterday, as I have traveled throughout this region, it says, quote, "When a man eats fruit, he gives thanks to the one who planted the tree. This signals an unbreakable connection between the insightful, forward-looking efforts of one generation and the beneficiaries of such hard work and wisdom in the next generation. Of course, sowing seeds in the present doesn't yield gains overnight, but one can reap gains in a single season, in 1 year, even more over a decade, and still more over a generation. We are here today benefiting from the sowers of the past, even as you, with IGE humbly alongside you, sow seeds for the future. My own experiences tell me that taking advantage of defining times, where steps of the present create an impact well into the future, takes keen discernment and compromise. And this compromise is comprised of equal parts humility and courage, and action. And the process alone creates its own benefit. It brings people together in common cause, creating bonds, as I said, across what might otherwise be boundaries. And this becomes a foundation for reconciliation in the context of what is essentially the great question of all societies. That question is, how does any government govern in a way that provides security, order, justice, and human flourishing for all of its people, while still allowing, even enabling those people to express their religious and cultural identities, and in the process contribute in positive and sustainable ways to society's best present and society's best future. This, I submit, is a worthy legacy for us all. This means that all who have the privilege and responsibility of governance and citizenship must work together to leave a legacy that is worthy of, 1, the rich history of their nation, 2, the faith of their respective people, and 3, a legacy that reflects the honor of the names of families at the highest or lowest levels of society who bear the burden of this important work. And this work takes everyone to bring their unique contributions to bear, because we know today especially that society's problems are extremely complex. To solve them requires integration across government, civil society, to leverage technology and human elements. There is a domestic component and an international component to most of these complex problems. There are secular political processes combined with religious beliefs and affairs. And of course, there are the lessons learned of the past applied to the aspirations of the future. This religion and rule of law meeting is a small step in this path. We're planting seeds that will bear fruit in a year, in a decade, and a generation. And in the process, we're establishing partnerships and trust across faiths, ethnicities, gender, and nations. If you will allow me to quote from my own religious tradition of Christianity, the book of Galatians, chapter 6, verse 9 says, "Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." I am confident that we will not give up, and in persevering we will produce fruit that lasts. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Gallagher. Next, we will hear from Professor Cole Durham, the founder and director of the International Center for Law and Religion Studies at Brigham Young University.
Most Venerable Sitaku Sayadaw, responsible members of the Sangha, Honorable Dr. Venerable Ashin Dhammapiya, Your Excellency Cardinal Charles Cardinal Bo, Union Minister U So Win, John Gallagher, Reverend Sashwi Lin, other experts, for me to be here, and really a distinct honor to be gathered among those who are here today. I wear two hats on this occasion. my capacity as director of the International Center for Law and Religion Studies at Brigham Young University, States, I've had the opportunity of joining with others at the outset for the work that all the others who have made this possible. Of the International Consortium for Law and Religion Studies, institutional arrangements that help both to flourish. In this capacity, I look forward to meeting colleagues who consortium, or at a minimum to further its work, both here and around the world, of understanding religious truths, religious realities, and religious differences in our profoundly a cluster of groups may be in the ascendancy, but at the global level, these have perfect track records. We all wrestle with the challenge of treating our fellow human beings with dignity and respect. Paratist, that is, as someone who studies and attempts to learn from the wisdom, the trials, and the triumphs of other legal systems. In this regard, we are particularly proud of the richly qualified regional experts assembled here, leading figures from Australia, China, Vietnam,
It has been very much appreciated ဒီမှာရှိတဲ့ association ကတက္ကမတွေအားလုံးကိုကျွန်တော်အနေနဲ့စုပေါင်းပါဝင်တဲ့သူအနေနဲ့ကျေးဇူးတင်ကြောင်းဖော်ပြလိုပါတယ်။ဆက်ပြီးတော့စီမံခန့်ခွဲဆောင်ရွက်တဲ့အခါမှာ Union Minister ဦးစိုးဝင်းဒီပြည်ထောင်စုဝန်ကြီးဦးစိုးဝင်းကလည်းကျွန်တော်တို့ကိုဒီလိုလုပ်ပါဒီလိုကူညီနိုင်မယ်။
And we will move directly to having an opening photograph taken of everyone together. So before we take a break, let's join together for we conclude now. Join me finally in thanking all of our
15 မိနစ်ကိုသူ့ရသွားမယ်သူ့ရမှာသွားစားမယ် နေကြငါဒီမှာ certificate ပေးအောင်အဲ့ဒီကြမှာ view နော်သုဒ္ဓမေးတာဆုံးနေ